Okay, our equipment is looking pretty good right now, so let's go do some exploring. Go! And, as I said in the previous hour, my first location of interest is Pinnacle Rock. All thanks to getting the seahorse in the Pirate's Fortress. Which I gotta say, that is amazingly convenient that I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to skip Pinnacle Rock. And then I find the thing that incentivizes me to go to Pinnacle Rock. I'll take some good favor. Okay. And I should make a note to go back to Zora Hall now that I have the mountain title deed. I don't even have to worry about a paper source this seed now that I think about it. Stockpot Inn is entirely useless, and that includes the hand toilet. Okay. That was close. Keep the turns a little... There we go. Alright, so we'll get you activated. And now let's take care of some sea snakes. And also get their treasures. So yeah, first treasure I think is this one here. I will hit you in a second, just let me get my bearings. Thank you, Infinite Magic. Alright, so under my assumption, these can still be good items. Not that there's really many more good items I need to find, but anything is anything at this point. And chest number 2. Blue potion. Okay, that's a note keeper for me. Now, I always try to keep at least one blue potion check on me because it is a thing to get into one side of the bottomless well. Or, not bottomless well, but the Gibdo well. At least I was smart to keep thinking to do that initially when I was like first trying to figure out effective note-taking techniques. As time went on, of course, I've gotten into the habit of keeping an eye on more things than like rare bottle drops. And especially this seed, learning to keep track of magic beans and powder keg. Especially because the magic beans are super expensive. Okay. Should be 2 more to go, I think. If my numbers are right. Hopefully I haven't forgotten one. Did I get? I got you. So it is this one. And there we go. Seahorses reunited. Now, last time you guys gave me something of major value. Are you gonna do that again? Wow! I love these seahorses. Oh man, that's amazing. I just have to locate Oldolwa's remains, and this seed is over. I am 1 check away from that being the case. I might not even have to step foot into Ikana again. That's just how amazing this is. Alright, well... that hyped me up again. Let's go get Garo's mask real quick. That way I don't have to backtrack. Because I got the rupees for it easily. And let's go drop off that mountain title deed. And then I can say I've done everything that I can think of other than a temple. Like, I don't even have to... Well, I could defeat Georg if I wanted to. And because that would give me 3 checks, there's one for defeating the boss, one for the warp, and what is technically the remains. That is a thing. And I have the item loadout. You know what? I have all the tools necessary to really break this temple, so it shouldn't take me too long. Let's go get all of the chests that I can access. Because I don't have a Great Bay Temple small key. But the only thing that cuts me away from getting is warped. And that's fine with me. Saves me trying to do a mini-boss fight. Alright. Oops. Oh, yeah. You're still in runaway mode. Okay, so the only thing I really care about is what is your trade? Please be good. Anything for Old Olwa? Oh, okay, 50 rupees. Actually, yeah, I don't even have to worry about heart pieces right now. Take my time-saving tricks where I can get them. Whee! Backflip! So we'll go and access over here. Oh man, I still cannot believe the seahorses got me Twin Mold's remains. And to think, I said, you know what? I'm gonna gamble. I am not gonna go to Pinnacle Rock. But to be fair, I would not have gotten Twin Mold's remains until I found the seahorse, which is at Pinnacle, which was in the Pirate's Fortress. So my gamble gave me the proper order to do things. All right. So since I have the remains, I can immediately go and face Georg. Oh wow, Shadow Temple. However, I'm not going to go immediately face Georg. I am going to explore and get some of the chests that are here. Which means I do have to explore a little bit. Here we go. Usually I'm fast at it and get it from the other side. No! I missed my ride. Now, wouldn't it be great if I found Old Dolwa's remains very, very soon? Because if that's the case, like if I find Old Dolwa's remains like super quick, I'm still on the cycle, and it's right about at night 3. I would not have to wait very long if I found the remains. I just do whatever I need to do to get back to town, wait for the end to begin, and I will have this seed finished. And right now, it's just really a case of what direction do I feel like I want to go in? Because, like, it's really it's like a case of roulette, where it's like you have all your options on the table. Each of them have their own merit. That kind of helps. It's like I can go look in Ikana. I can go look in Snowhead for the last few things I can do, and even do the temple. So Snowhead Temple even. I could do this, which is what I'm doing right now, because it's like I'm here already, might as well. There's a couple of things I could probably do in Clocktown. There's like some odds and ends checks. It really is just what do you feel is the right thing to do? Boom. Heart container. Now, to be fair, I'm not looking for hearts right now, but I'm not against... Yeah, little trick for you. If you want to get rid of a Dexy hand, the fun way, be a Zora, grab your shield. Light arrows! Okay. Well, I don't necessarily need those for... Oh, well, you know what? I want to get that boss key chest, because I want to do a boss key chest skip. Because it is a fun trick, and I have the item loadout for it. So, I'll show you all some interesting skipping technique. So I do have to make my way back there, sadly, but it's not a long swim. Alright, we're in the final hours. So here's what you do. With this particular type of settings setup that I've got, if you create an ice platform here, if you have Fierce Deity's Mask on you, your height and jump will be just enough that you can grab this ledge. You can skip fighting the possessed frog, and you can grab the chest. And we got the postman's hat. Okay, that's another, like, side mask to keep an eye on. Alright, now that I got that... let me think. The only other chest is the ice arrow chest. So I can go back. Yeah, I can go back. There was small key. Yeah, I've got all the chests. So now I can go back. I have to go back the old-fashioned way, but I can go back. And then I just use the warp to go to Georg's boss room and lay a quick smackdown on Georg because I have the instant win button against bosses. And like I said, it'll be 3 things I get from defeating Georg. And of course, if one of those is old Dolwa's remains, the game is over. So I'm just trying to think in my head here. Did I get... Like, of all the important areas that I looked into, so that being South Clocktown, Termina, and Southern Swamp, did I get everything of note? The only thing in South Clocktown I never got was the Moon's Tear. So, technically speaking, Moon's Tear Deku is a possibility. Termina Field. Yeah, don't think I know, not sure how this works. Well, maybe it's not an instant... Oh, how did you grab me? Okay then. Okay, Tattle. Okay, something's wrong with your sword there. I'm gonna have to take care of this the real old-fashioned way. Oops. Jeez. Apparently, Georg just wants some giants for breakfast, and I am just about dead. That is kind of scary. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure this works. I just realized I am just about dead here. At least I can warp back to Georg. Okay, now your sword's functioning. That was embarrassingly close, not gonna lie. At least your sword started working at the end there. Alright, I wouldn't mind seeing a heart piece. Bomb bag, a song note that's white. Song of Storms, okay. Well, apparently the Song of Soaring will elude me further. Ice Trap, and something else. Wow, really? Well, I got my base level sword. I got my base level sword. So yeah, let me think here. Yeah, All Night Mask had another one of my swords. Yeah, I'm taking that for me. Alright, what would be even... Oh yeah, everything is normal. That means there's no bone piranhas in the water. Okay, so I'm nearly dead. Oh, there are piranhas here. Shields up. Can't hurt me with my shield up. Alright. Alright, so I am fairly certain that I've done everything of note in Termina Field. And I've done everything of note in Southern Swamp. Oh yeah, I've got Crit Wiggle open again. I have to ride through some grass patches in Termina. So now, do I go Snowhead? That might actually be my next best bet, because I can do Snowhead. Now there is also Ikana. I'm gonna do Snowhead because it's closer and maybe a little less death potential. Wouldn't mind getting a heart or two along the way just to make sure I live. Thanks, Fairy. But yeah, this way I can go up to Snowhead Temple, get a bunch of the checks that are up there. I can even beat Goat, but I'm not, because not right away, because again, I want to explore the temple. So, hopefully... It would almost be better if I... Well, defeating Goat does unlock a whole bunch of checks for thawed out Snowhead, so maybe if I'm quick enough with my work, I can get everything thawed out here, and I'll have a bunch of things to check. I mean, time is slowed. I've got a decent chunk of time to work with. Okay, get myself straightened out. Ooh, is that... That's Elegy, I think. Ouch. You got me distracted. Let's check. That's Elegy, right? That's the Elegy note? Okay, I'm making a note of this. That can be something that's necessary. I say can because it is needed to get up to Snowhead Tower Temple. Stone Tower Temple. Is it necessary? Depends. Which is why I'm not going for it right now. But I will check this, see what we get. Feels good that I don't have to worry about fairies. Heart piece is good. Well, I got the fairy, so I guess I don't really need it. Okay. Maybe I'll find the Song of Soaring up here. That would be great. Can't even make that out. That's a new sound. You found an invisible Goron. Here we go again. Hey, I did it. Up and over. Far will I chance it? There. It's usually when it gets to about this point that I'm like, just walk it. Bye. Bobo, bye. Shield. Okay. Shield doesn't work. Ouch. Shield definitely doesn't work. Punch the snowballs. Okay, skips that cutscene. What is this one? I think this is Bowser's course in Mario Kart 64. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm looking for Oldolawa's remains. Let's find them. Double defense has been located. Okay, now I don't have to worry as much. Oh, right. Save that for when I'm actually going. No, that's right. I can find that the old-fashioned way later. And I do have a small key, which means I can do things if need be. All right. I'm gonna try some here. I'm not gonna put them into the indent for the chest because I can get up there with a torch. More money if I need it. So we do that. Good. Ooh, backflip with a bomb. That was cool. Yeah, I'll get the dungeon map chest when I come back down. I'm gonna take advantage of a real tall guy. We'll just do this. Bums. Next one is Heart of Peace. Yep, just like I figured, the box will, or the stack will reset. Just in case. But I should be able to do all my further work. One, two, three. I just need into the door. I don't need the stray fairy. And up we go. That's one way to go down. So for anyone who is wondering, well, if you're going for the chests, why did you raise the pillar and not get some of the chests on the way going up? With the item loadout that I've got, it is actually pretty easy to get the pillar up and still get to some of the areas. Hopefully, I will be able to demonstrate. Heart piece. And going up. So yeah, this, like, because this is here, this would block me from going to the Wizrobe room right now. But I do set it up that way on purpose. So now that I got that all taken care of. You know, in all honesty, I bet you I could jump that with Fierce Deity Link. I'm not going to try, but I bet you I could. This way makes things nice and simple. And again, take advantage of nice tall height. Now here's what I mean by being able to skip it. So now that I know that that room I'm looking for is over here, just keep a careful eye on it, and I make the jump. A little painful, but I can make it to the Wizrobe room. So this will be simple. Again, just got to do 4 elemental arrow shots on the Wizrobe, and all will be good. Or at least attempt to. There we go. Minor hiccup, but taken care of. Well, the hearts are flowing in now. All right. Well, see, the downside to doing it this way is I do Oh wait, no, actually, hold on. I think I thought about this before. Is it possible I can hook this torch? I'm learning tricks. All right. Yeah, for real. That was actually the first time I've tried that, so I've learned another new trick. Man, first getting the chest in the bean grotto that I've been thinking I've been able to get for so long has actually been possible. And then that, oh, that just makes me feel so good. Now, this is what I normally do to get the second Wizrobe fight taken care of. Because it is, I find easier to do all the pillar work, come up, and it's just defeat this, hop back down to hop back up to the 5th floor again. So, pretty quick here. Nice and simple. Oh, you fooled me. I legitimately got fooled on that one. There we go. Well, the Wizrobe got me a few times, but ultimately no damage. Alright. Boss key chest is Bomb Shoe. Well, hey, to be fair, that's the first Bomb Shoe I've gotten since getting a bomb bag, so that's fine with me. Okay. Now, if I had the Song of Soaring, it would probably be faster to go back to the entrance, use the warp, and then go up. But since I don't, I think this is the faster way to go. And you want to know what's funny? As I just did this part right now, I realized I don't have the boss key. So I have to do it this way. Why is it always Snowhead Temple that does these painful realizations? Oh well. This does allow me to now get back to the entrance and use the boss warp. So, that's good for me. Now, cool thing for anyone who didn't watch my previous one, because I don't mind spoiling this part, it is in logic to be able to... oh, I think that was the bell, so we are in the final hours. It is in logic to assume that boss remains are necessary to beat temples. And the way I know that, previous seed, in order for me to have gotten the ice arrows, I had to have beaten Great Bay Temple. Now, for anyone who's played Majora's Mask, you know that you need the ice arrows to beat Great Bay Temple. There's no way around it. So, I know now that the boss remains being the thing that lets you enter temples is a thing. Alright, so here's the cool part. I know that if I can knock Goat over, like this, Fierce Deity Link has got some real punishment for Goat here. Like that. Okay. So I know I'm about to get ice trapped again, which is pretty funny. Because that reward is... I don't think it's something that disappears. So we'll find out. I know this was right. There we go. I'll take that. Now this one's as a powder keg. Is this true? Oh, okay. That actually counts. Wasn't expecting that. I guess every reward is individual. That's the one that's singular. Okay. So I know it's this final 6 hours, and it just started as I went into the final room. Ocean Great Fairy is couple. I could actually go up to the graveyard. Maybe I can still heal Darmani. Yeah, and there's another Gossip Stone I can get too, so we'll try that. Couple of things to get into the other area, so we'll see what works. And it is convenient that I got a powder keg, because that means I can do a race. I will get that in a moment. Oh, wait, I need the lens to see Darmani to talk to him to trigger the reaction. Never mind. So visit the grotto, check the Gossip Stone, and we'll work from there. Hopefully I don't fail at the race enough. Bombchu. Now I'm gonna find all the Bombchu. Okay. Gossip Stone hint says Beaver Race. So there's the duplicate for Beaver Race. Yeah, you guys get to live. I'm gonna do something funny here. So we're gonna set this up. Here's what we're gonna do. I'll let that blow up while I'm busy going to grab some treasures. A race at the end of the world. Don't think it's gonna give me anything of value, to be honest, but considering that Old Dolwall's remains can literally be anywhere, you have to play under the assumption that anything is possible. Alright, so at least I've taken care of all of these chests. Okay, wish me luck on this, because this could be a disaster. Or I can do it in one shot. Who knows? Alright, all you Gorons, it's time for our last revel. Playing a little bit swervy at the beginning. I think as long as I'm the one that attacks a Goron, like if I'm the one that purposely rams into a Goron, I don't think I lose a lot of speed. See, like if they ram into me there, that's what I want to avoid. I want to be the one that actually hits the Goron. Just get me across the bridge. No! Do you want to keep racing? No. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, I'm just going to do what I did before. I'm just going to skip ahead to the race that works. And if this is it, then hey, no jump cut. But if this isn't, I'll see you on the other side. Okay. We got a race done in first, and the world hasn't ended yet. Well, there's the bottle of red. Not that I really need it, though. Alright. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to go here. Before the end of the world, I mean. Not for, like, taking a break or anything. Usually, like, I don't know why. It's just, it gets to a point where, like, I'm so close to finishing. I just want to, like, keep going at this point. Like, make it a real good finisher. But I am starting to think that I will need to pay a visit to Ikana. And I don't know how much more time I have left. See, this is where I wish I had a clock on me, but again, I'm playing with no clock. That's the fun of it. Okay. We're not at sunrise yet. I'm gonna check one thing, go deposit these rupees, because I feel like I'll need them, and I'll move on from that. Because this is something I know I can access. Silver. Okay, well, hey, more rupees to deposit. Not that it, like, really matters, but sometimes with the more expensive things, I just want to be sure. Oh yeah, there's a postman's hat. I can check while I'm in Clocktown as well. That's a good thing. So yeah, I'll go check the post box over here. Postman's hat. There is the archery games. That might mean I have to go to another cycle. Heart piece. Okay. Alright, let's go deposit the rupees, and then I will go do some mini games in a new cycle. And then if that doesn't work, Ikana. Oh yeah, and there's Swordsman School. I can do that now, but on a new cycle. Okay. If I can find a clock, how close was I? That looks to be 3:30? Okay, so I'm getting pretty good at finishing these with 2.5 hours left to go before the end of the world. Okay. So, I'm gonna go do some of the mini games right now. If none of those work, that would mean I'm going up to Ikana. I might take a small break at that point. So, we'll see what happens. This should put me right on the 5-hour mark. You still haven't solved the problems at Woodfall, and you've technically solved everything else. What's wrong with you? There is also Romani Ranch. That is another thing to keep in mind. I don't want to think it is Romani Ranch, but it is a possibility. Alright, 300 rupees should see me off for the first part. Let's do Swordsman School. Now, here's the funny thing. Because I know of all 3 sword locations. Oops. No. I do not want your novice course. I want your expert course. So, there we go. Just want to make sure I click the right option. So, with the 3 swords locations, one of those being Ikana Fairies, the other being All Night Mask, and the final being defeating Georg, that meant that in order for me to have received Oldolo's remains, in the event that this is it, I had to defeat Great Bay Temple. Just to really get the sword upgrade. Chances are it's not, but it'd be funny if it was. Alright, what do we got? Well, there's the biggest bomb bag, so really not necessary. But it was cool to see the swordsman say, no, 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 you can't come in here with that giant sword. You have to be able to equip a sword on your B button. Alright, so now time to go do my least favorite game in all of Termina, treasure hunting as a Goron. But it is kind of cool to know that really the only place I have left to hunt things is Ikana. Oh yeah, I just realized it's the nightmare music. Ah, no. This will haunt me in my nightmares. Alright, let's go to the far first and see what happens. Okay. Get the feeling it's not this. This really is like a nightmare scenario. Okay, seriously, like... Oh, sweet. Oh, that's why. It didn't work. Okay, so you wanted me to go up the center. Yep. Your game's rigged! I hate this game so much. You know, it'd be really cool if there was like a treasure game tracker. Like if there was a way to like figure out all of the possible paths that you can generate. And then, like, you figure out, like, some starting locations for some blocks, and then you, like, you are able to get the, like, right path in. Okay, something tells me... Oh, not you. Not you either. Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, this... Question mark? Okay, don't be a long path. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna need a break just after this. I might just do that. Alright, so we gotta go up in here. Nope. Gotta go around. No. This is a literal nightmare for me right now. Like, this music is able to perfectly describe how I am feeling right now playing this game. But I made it! Oh, hey, look at that. The boss key to Snowhead Temple that I was looking for the whole time. No, I will not try again. Your game is a nightmare. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Alright, let's do some archery game. Now, as I did in the previous seed, getting a perfect score in this game isn't required because I make one mistake, I lose a lot of time. It's just a huge time save. But a record, like getting a record, will let me get a possible item. Now, of course, I wouldn't mind getting perfect because I want to see what I could possibly get. Probably just rupees, but it could be something. Maybe even a heart piece. Like, those are the only good junk items I want to see. If I remember, it's middle on this one. There and back there. Alright, I'm on track for a perfect. Usually if I can pass that string of Octoroks, I can make a perfect. Alright, then stick in the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, there we go. So I'm only getting one possible good item out of this, but it's good to know that I can still get perfect. Hard piece. 20 rupees. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go do the swamp side archery, and then I will just take a small break. Again, it's because I'm one item away, and that will just constitute the end game. I just want to keep the excitement going. We'll need to get another Chateau Romani if the cycle continues. Kind of like a final setup. But it is cool to know that I can get both rewards just by getting a perfect score. And since this game already wants you to get a perfect score, I just get both rewards right off the bat. Alright, my shooting was pretty good beforehand. Let's hope it continues. Seeing a Wolfos here soon. A wolf. Got you. Got you. Okay, well, I'm on points so far. You just missed. You. Got you. And one more Wolfos to seal the deal. That's definitely one of my better scores. Funny how, like, you get a score, but it doesn't even matter. Okay, hard piece for first, and Moon's Tier. Well, hold the phone, folks. That is something I've been wanting to keep an eye on for a while, and I'm gonna go check that. Now, I'm still 99% certain that the hero hint that I got was aiming me towards getting the Zora mask, which led me to the Oath to Order. But when it says that's an important location, you check everything when you can. And that's this. Okay, Moon's Tier. Here you go. Oh, red potion. Interesting. Now, that is convenient because I am heading towards Ikana, and if I find the Lens of Truth, then I can save Shiro for another possible check. Okay. I'm gonna take me a small break. I will hop back into the action in just a moment, so hang on tight. One quick break later. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep this adventure going. Go! So during my break, I did kind of think of a game plan here, since I am going to be going into Ikana. I would need the Elegy of Emptiness to get into Stone Tower Temple. I want to be ready for that. So I'm going to have a Scarecrow song set up just in case. I want to learn it. Nope. Because it is my hope that Oldolwa's remains will be located somewhere really early on in this little Ikana hunt. Oops, nope. If it means I have to go up to Stone Tower Temple, then so be it. But I will have the Scarecrow song set up just to be able to get the Elegy of Emptiness. And I just realized something that would be great use for me. It's that Chateau Romani in the bomb shop. Infinite magic would be fantastic for this, all things considered. Excuse me. I can use this. How much was Giant's Mask again? Oh, perfect. I'm gonna get you just in case. Giant's Mask acquired. And we will have that set, and we will have this to drink. Bottoms up. There we go. Infinite magic. All power to the pink. Alright. Now, let's head to Ikana. I'll take Goron Travel there first. Then it will be Epona to get me over because, well, unless I want to do the bomb jump glitch, which, in all fairness, would be kind of fun, but let's do this naturally. And it is nearing night 1, which would give me some reason to explore the graveyard. And plus, since I have Fierce Deity's Mask, I can do night 2 grave on night 1. Because Fierce Deity's Mask is broken, and I love it. You know, that is the big reason I love to play with the Fierce Deity's Mask on. Like, to be able to acquire it anywhere and use it anywhere. It's just for the fact that, A, you don't normally get to see it in regular gameplay. And B, it's funny. Alright, and I get a new hint. What do we got? Oh. Oh, hello. Mountain Village is on the way of the hero. Oh, okay. That complicates things a little bit. Because I absolutely forget what I've gotten from them. And the problem is, I know that I still have the smithy to do. Oh, what did I get in Mountain Village that might have been good? Oh, okay. In all seriousness, I can't ignore this. I wish I could, but right now I can't. This is where I really wish I had the Song of Soaring, because I would get myself up to Ikana. But I legitimately cannot ignore that. Let me think what I have done. I did... Like, there was the there was all the grottos and the treasure chests. Oh, I cannot ignore Smithy. Like, that's the problem. I cannot ignore the Smithy. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get myself set up for Smithy Day 1. I'll go back to the graveyard, do some hunting around there. May get a good item or two. Maybe even get the Song of Soaring. While I'm up there, I should get the Elegy of Emptiness, because I know that Road to Snowhead could be a thing, but I just can't ignore it. That's the problem now. Something has given me direction to look into it. I cannot ignore it. So we're gonna do this. This will set me up for Smithy 1. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set Epona up here. And make the rest of the way on foot. Yeah, and I can't necessarily skip ahead to day 2 because I still want to try and see if I can get anything good from the graveyard. Up we go. Don't need to break it this time. I have heat. Now there is Darmani, but I don't have the lens, so I can't even attempt that. Yeah, this is really starting to turn into wanting to get this taken care of. Oh, here's the fun question. Do I completely ignore doing graveyard to set all of this up? Well, I do have to go get the bottle of gold dust from the Bean Grotto. If I was to test this. Maybe what I'll do... Okay. Oh my... okay. For one, I forgot that was the price was random, and 2, I cannot believe that I had exact. Thank goodness gold dust will mean 0 rupees. Damn. Dang, these prices are insane. Okay, so I gotta go get bottle of gold dust from Swamp. So I can let time advance. And because I'm letting that happen, I could go do graveyard and get it out of the way, and that way I don't have anything super time sensitive to deal with. Although, at this point, I just realized I was going to go get the Elegy. Well, you know what? I'm coming back there for day 2. There's a clip there. Okay. To the swamp! Don't worry, opponent. I'll come back for you. Ooh, nice 20 rupees. I don't specifically need rupees right now, but hey. I got cleaned out pretty quick there. Much more than I was expecting. At least Goron travels fast. I really do wish I had the Song of Soaring right now. 5 hours in, it really kills you at this point. It's either in a stray spot or it's in Ikana. Like, that's all it can be right now. Okay. I mean, at least I know where the gold dust is. And even more amazingly, I know how to get it with just the hookshot. Now here's a fun little quirk for anyone who's paying attention there. If you notice as I'm running through the swamp there, I'm not just quick rolling my way through to get out of the swamp water fast. What I'm doing is I'm delaying my rolls, because if I delay it that little bit, it delays the animation for Link getting hurt by just like a fraction of a second, if you even want to call it that. And because of that, it is more than likely I'll take less damage as a result. Like, if I was not rolling through and I was just walking, I could have very easily lost 5 hearts there. Oh, I'm not chancing that. That was close. Thank you. And we're in. Alright. Let's do this again. I know it was just kind of in this corner here. I just hooked the edge of the hitbox on that chest. Just happen to have enough height. Yeah, there's no way I could set up a trick for, like, being a precise shot here. This has to be, like... At this point, it's winged. But I know it can be done, so I'm going to use this as practice. Dang, if anything was going to get it, it would have been that one. Oh, so close. Yeah, I gotta be as high up as this. Or maybe I was a little further in. Oh, that was like spot on. I am definitely going to want to rewatch this footage a lot to hone in where's the spot I stood. Because I think before, this had to have been just a fluke. Like, it worked, so, like, it's a possible trick now. But I just happened to hit the right spot. Just give me a moment here, and I'll try to get it again. I got all the time that's left in the world right now. Gotcha! Haha! Gold dust. Alright. That's all set. Let's go spend some time in the graveyard. Get that all set up, take down Kita. Get a few more checks taken care of. And then when that's taken care of, I'll go back and I'll get the smithy set up. I don't even think I'm going to bother with Graveyard Day 3. Or, yeah, Night 3, really. So, no Dompe game. Especially after getting a hint like that. Like, I have to keep going with this. So if you notice, if I time my shot rolls right, I was delaying the injury interval. I'm sure if you paid close attention, you could see it just by running, but there is a delay if you time your roll correctly. Okay. Woo! I can do it too. I also know there's 2 more gossip stones that are hiding up in Ikana Valley proper. I wonder if those would have any hint that could be useful to me. Okay. Epona. There you are. I will definitely need to get more arrows to face down Kita. There we go. Alright, graveyard for real. Kita. Ow. Well, I can do other things. Open the grave! Because I can have the grave open, and then just go and do whatever I want, and just come back. I'll just keep the mask on. Keep these prying skeletal eyes away from me. And bombs. There we go, all stacked up. I'll definitely need a bunch of those. Alright, random items at this point. Oh hey, look, more arrows. Well, I guess if I really wanted to. Oh, and it just wore away, too. Yes. One of the lesser-known little tricks you can do. Song of Storms does get rid of Jinx. I only learned that trick like 2 years ago. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years. I am a big fan, trust me. Alright. Standard arrows makes this faster, and I will need a big sword. And I mean the big sword. Oops. Didn't think that was gonna work. Jeez, I am almost as tall as Kita. That is amazing. And that takes care of you. Man, I love this mask. Alright. So if it isn't Old Olwa's remains, I want to see Song of Storms. Yeah, I'll just go run through the graveyard as a huge giant. What are they gonna do? Stop me? Okay. So let's take care of this real fast. Yeah. Very practical use of Fierce Deity's mask. Slaying bats. Because in all fairness, they are pretty much at Fierce Deity's height. And also, I don't think I've ever tried to slay a bunch of bats before with a giant sword. So this is way too fun. Heart piece. Not bad. Makes up for the few hearts of damage I took. 1, 2, 3. And now for the biggest round of overkill ever. It's hard to think that at points that's been the hardest challenge I've ever faced in a game. More heart piece. Alright. So, ordinarily, I would have to wait until night 2 in order... Ooh, that was close. Yeah, ordinarily I'd have to wait till night 2 to get over to those. People have done this with a bomb jump in standard gameplay. I, on the other hand, prefer this. Now, this is going to be interesting, because I don't have a lens to go back. But I'm checking these treasure chests anyway. I am getting these checks taken care of. And I can figure this out. And bombs. Did someone say overkill? Oops. Guess I shouldn't get cocky. Alright, but that takes care of that. So Grave 1 and Grave 2 are dealt with. Man. Grave of all the heart pieces. Alright, so now the real fun. I actually have to wonder. I'm gonna try something here. I'm like, hey, if I can hit all the way left, does that mean I can hit all the way right? No dice, so I'm gonna have to play this the old-fashioned way. Which means hookshot, reticle, ahoy. So if I was right, a little bit over. Because yeah, the big problem with this floor here, you can't roll on it. Or you can't just roll off it. I can get pushed off it. There's that. That one was just on me. So yeah, get out of my sight. Skull 2 of those are taken care of, so I can get out of here now. Yeah, if you don't have a hook shot for stuff like that, arrows are kind of a weird backup option you can do. Just see where your arrows stick and make a path out of that. I've used bombs before. I'm sure if you're crazy enough, you could even make bomb chews work. Okay, I need this. I would like entrance into your Ikana social establishment, please. Alright, I don't have to worry about stone masking for the Goron lookalikes. Let's just roll it. So I'm gonna get some information here on this lower level. Okay, heart piece over there. Gossip Stone I wish I could go for right now, but oh well. Purple Rupee for 122, no deal. So I'll check the Gossip Stone. I guess I could also check... I'm gonna check as far as the first secret shrine. See if I get something of value. Taking care of the bosses right now would be... do I really do it? Well, if I am going to be coming back here, maybe I'll wait, but this one's just quick. Get it figured out. Purple rupee, so it's not terrible. Huh. This is just for an impromptu song of soaring. Thanks. Great Bay Coast is foolish. Well, I'm glad to know that that hint was still a thing. Oh, wait a second. Who needs your ice arrows? I can jump it. But let it be known that I did have the ice arrows out ready to go to make the jump. Okay, I am going to make a quick check at a gossip stone up here, and then I am going to book it down. Gotta say though, it is nice to be able to see Ikana, especially considering the last seed, I didn't even step foot in this area once. Mountain Village Way of the Hero. Okay. Well, okay, that takes care of that. I'm gonna make my way back to Smithy. Also, that jump is incredible. You never realize how tall Fierce Deity Link is until you're able to use him outside of a boss room. Like, even inside a boss room, you could kind of make it out, but outside of a boss room, man, do you see how tall he is. Also, just how much ground he covers. Okay, so hopefully my little gamble with the smithy is a good one. So yeah, current game plan. I will do all the things necessary to get the Smithy's 2 checks dealt with, which means going straight to day 3. Check both things, get the elegy, if that doesn't work. And then, well, see what fate has in store for me in Ikana, because then I'll have to start playing all the checks normally. Including, probably, going up to Stone Tower if that doesn't work. There is the well, but I don't want to think about that. Okay, you stay there. You did good. So I'm just thinking now. I know I did everything in the outside of Goron Village that I could think of. Like, and I don't have a swamp title deed found yet, so I'm gonna exclude the trade for the Deku. I've checked Powder Keg with the reward. I've done the Goron Shrine. Can't do Darmani without the lens. I've done everything in the outer area because of thawing out Snowhead. It's kind of hard to know what is classified as the particular areas. But I'm gonna get this bug taken care of. That was bad. That was probably the worst deal I have ever done in my life. Alright, so you want some gold dust. Here is your gold dust. Alright. Well, you know what? It'll be a bit more of a time save. I'm gonna go get the Elegy now. Although, I'm getting a nagging feeling in my head. I don't know if the game assumes I would need to find the Lens of Truth to be able to see the platforms to go get the Elegy. So, I get the feeling the Elegy isn't the required item. If I found the lens, that's a different story. But I don't. Hence my problems. Okay, so now I gotta use hook shot. This is why I'm glad I've got the hook shot. Because I can actually use that as a perception of distance. Hey now, that was supposed to hook ya. Oh, do I still have another platform? I still have another platform. Also, you piece of ice. Okay. Elegy of Emptiness has been acquired. Elegy of Emptiness has been acquired. And this should take me back to the entrance. Perfect. Alright, that's all taken care of. I seriously don't think the game was assuming for me to do that, but just in case, and because I'm going back to Ikana anyway. So now we're going to take care of this. I'm going to find out once and for all if this was the thing I needed. And then I'm going to book it right back to Ikana. And we'll start exploring there proper. Do all the things. Much to my chagrin. Now I do know... Like, I do know where the bunny hood is. I do know where the couple's mask... Oh yeah, couple's mask is behind a great fairy, so... Well, there is that. I don't want to think that. Well, were you it? You were it! Oh my goodness, there we go! I am so glad I followed that earworm. Oh, there we go, that's it. Game on. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't need the Elegy, but it was worth a shot. That Gossip Stone saved my bacon. Okay, time has been brought forward. We will go to night 3. We'll just let time advance normally because that's what I need to have happen. And we're going straight to the moon. This is go mode. Ah, that feels so good. Hang on, get marked. I don't even have to rush it. Because I have to wait for time to advance to midnight in order to get up to the moon. Oh, but this is so good. Ah, that feels so much better. I still can't believe it. I know that the Gossip Stones were hinting me towards the things that I needed. But this is what helps me so much in the long run, is a very clear direction. Like, it doesn't have to say what the item is. That could have very well been like the Lens of Truth that led me to Darmani to get me another item and blah, 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 blah. You get the point. But that one just outright was Old Dolwaz Remains. And I'm so glad that I thought to just take care of it, because that's the whole plan you have to be ready for. If you see that something is the way of the hero, you make sure you've checked every single location there. Oh, there we go. This is going to be done in under 6 hours, because no way am I going to be faltering against Majora with the delete Majora button. Okay. Up we go. Where's that mask? There we go. Yep, this is going to be over soon. So what are we at? That is... Oh, it looks like only an hour has passed. Well, okay, I got a little bit of time to kill here. So... I guess I can just kind of talk aloud here while I'm waiting for time to pass. I'm definitely much happier with how this randomizer seed turned out. For anyone who doesn't know or hasn't watched my prior randomizer to this, because like this is coming out just after the last one finished. The prior randomizer seed, it ended up to a point where I massively overlooked something that I could have done much earlier in the seed. At least, like, looking at it is one thing, but having knowledge of the item was another thing. And it cost me a whole lot of time as I was doing it. And it got to a point where it's like, I had to look at a spoiler log to realize the mistake I had made, which was easily rectified once I knew that that was a thing. And then I went, got the item, and went and beat the game. I was happy that I was able to play the randomizer. I was unhappy with the end result. So like the whole goal of this randomizer seed was to rectify that and have a much cleaner finish. It could have taken me just as long a time to do it, but I wanted it to be a finish that I could have been much happier with at the end. And this was. Like, this was great. Like, I know that the only difference between the last seed and this one was that the hints were more concise as to important locations. But everything else was exactly the same. So I was following the same, like overpriced shops, like the flow of where items were going. I found the remains a lot quicker in the prior seed, but like this one was a little bit more spaced out, I guess. But all in all, the way that this worked, I am much prouder of how this turned out than the last one, which means I accomplished the goal that I was setting for myself to do when I'm playing this. So I am, for lack of a better word, happy. I am quite happy with how this all turned out. So we are going to finish strong here. We are in the final minutes. And let the beginning of the end begin. So we're just going to wait for this, and then the barrier disappears. And then we'll play the Oath to Order. Skip a bunch of cutscenes. And we are on the moon. Somehow. Shall we play? Oh, don't worry, Majora. We are going to play. And by play, I mean absolutely decimate you, because I finally got a Fierce Deities mask. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the kind of overkill I've wanted to do against Majora for a while. Oh, this is one thing I gotta do every seed. Hi. I don't know why, just something I like to do. Alright, it's time to press the delete Majora button. Oh, so close. Phase 1 over. This'll be quick. Alright, where are you going? There we go. That's what I love, is just because the beam is the stun, it just stuns Majora there enough that I can just keep swinging the sword. Oh, wow, oh, there we go. Time! When I said that was a delete Majora button, I wasn't kidding. There we go. The seed is over. And I know I'm just going to reiterate kind of what I said a moment ago, but I am so proud of how well that went. Like, I wasn't not doing things. I had more direction this time, though. And especially those foolish hints. It's like, don't go looking in Goron Village. Don't do anything in Great Bay Coast. Like, it's amazing how much time you save if you're told areas like that don't have anything important. I'm actually curious if there were any other hints I might have missed. I'm fairly certain I saw every possible hint, because I was seeing duplicates quite a bit. And I think that I'm fairly certain I hit every Gossip Stone that you're normally able to see in Termina. Maybe. I'm not sure. There could be one I'm overlooking, but I'm fairly certain I hit every major area that has a Gossip Stone. Alright, so we'll just play out how this normally goes. As I always keep saying, I love to watch the giants walk off after everything's finished. Just feels right for a finish. And I know it's not going to be the giant song, but I still play it in my head. So what song are we going to get this time? You've received an invisible medallion. The giants have awoken as sages and add their power to yours. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching this. I'm just happy right now, just with how well this worked. And I'm hoping you got enjoyment out of this as well. Just, I know that this was, like, really back-to-back with the randomizer seeds, because, like, I know I've already stated this, but it was just because I wanted to have a better randomizer result than I did the prior time that just made me want to do this again. And I am so pleased that it turned out as well as it did, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. And I'm hoping that even though this was very repetitive to do 2 Majora's Mask randomizer seeds back to back, I hope you got enjoyment out of this as well. And it means a lot to me that you have watched. If you watched any more than just this episode, then it does mean a lot. I will say that, as I'm apt to do at the end of these when I'm just kind of speaking my last thoughts, I am definitely going to be keeping the hint system on competitive with Way of the Heroes now when I play this, because it just saves so much time and gives me so much more direction. I have come to really appreciate it. So I'll be sticking with this for a little while. Now, I will at least say this. The next Zelda randomizer will definitely be an Ocarina one. I am leaning more towards a Triforce Hunt because it's been a while since I've done one of those. But I definitely want to get an Ocarina one in here. It's been a while. Definitely been a lot longer than Majora's. So if you're looking forward to more Ocarina randomizers, well, hey, keep in touch and you will be able to see an Ocarina randomizer on here in the near future. After that, no idea. Maybe I'll do another Ocarina one to kind of do a double up since I did Majora and Ocarina together. I don't know, but there will definitely be more Zelda randomizers in the future, and look forward to that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Take care, stay safe, and have a wonderful day.